Hello everyone, welcome to my English assignment video with me, Andi Putra Wijaya. My birth date is at 11 December 2005, so at the time of recording, I am 18 years old. I born in Bandung, but both of my parents is Javanese. So according to my bloodline, I am a Javanese. But because I born and live in Bandung, I somewhat familiar about the culture here. I do my primary school in Sekolah Dasar Pendidikan 1, but now it is called Sekolah Dasar 262. Then I have my primary high school in Sekolah Menengah Pertama Al-Amanah. Then I choose to have vocational high school in Sekolah Menengah Kejuruan 13 Bandung. There, at some point, I learned how to do programming properly at the second grade. I learned PHP for creating a dynamic website. Nowadays, I am more interested in back-end programming and doesn't really care about the language by itself. I also sometimes do programming just for fun. A couple of projects that I really proud of is Bahat, a way to find a file quickly in a folder, TaniChat, a real-time chat application. You can call it like a WhatsApp clone. As you can see, we are chatting over the network with two different browsers. Unfortunately, we are not deploy it to the cloud because of budgeting reason. Music player to play a music, obviously. Here we are playing two different music from two folders with properly listed in the UI. Hanabot, a Discord bot that show a character stats of hero from Guardian Tale. Discord bot is basically similar with a bot in another platform like Telegram. And my latest project is Slod, a PowerPoint-like library. Note that all of these projects are either finished or on pending state because college made me have no time to develop this project. What I do have time is for a game. I don't play them much like I used to, but I still play them sometimes. I play Genshin Impact, Clans, and Clash Royale. And for non-online games, I play Celeste, Hollow Knight, Terraria, and many more. I also play Valorant with my friend, usually at the weekend. Will we lose?
Yes.
I actually tried to do another hobby, like for example, doing a drawing, digital drawing specifically. I even buy a pen tab just to do a digital drawing, but unfortunately, I don't really think that I am really suited to do that kind of drawing. So that pen tab is just always and lying around in my home. So uh, I tried another kind of drawing. It's called a pixel art. Pixel art is basically just a bunch of pixel that makes an art, and easier for me, especially if I just use a mouse. And it's also easy for me to apply my programming skill to the pixel art because a lot of libraries out there is basically able to write a pixel or a binary and render it to a pixel art. So yeah, two birds with one stone. I have a dream that sometimes in the future I will become one of the contributors in IT space that have contributed to the entire world, no matter how small it is. Like for example, creating a library or a framework, or just send a small patch that already established and to already established library. Despite all of that, I am a lazy person. I am trying to fight over it. Social media makes me unproductive. So I try to reduce that by using a couple of techniques. Like for example, I remove the YouTube recommendation. This way, I will not distracted by YouTube recommendation that is very addictive. Still, what I need to have is simply a self-control. Know when to stop if something is bringing harm. Now I will describe what a famous painter and also a fearsome leader. That someone is Adolf Hitler. Adolf Hitler is known as the leader of Germany and the reason of World War II happened. He had a rough life as a kid. Not only that, the attitude since he was high school represents what he became. For the appearance, he has the famous square mustache, short, neat, and clean black hair with side parting style. He sometimes have a swastika symbol on his cloth or as a badge. He have a average age, he slim and have fair complexion. He also seems to have an angry face. He is a strategic person because according to his teacher, he used his tongue instead of his fist. He trusts his subordinate after he joined German Worker Party. He is really good at oratory. He also extremely nationalist person and a great leader that everyone will follow. He is a persistent person. Even after his fail on art, Germany lose on World War I, he still committed to his political ambition and successfully become the leader of the Germany. He also supported technology and innovation, as we see that at the time, Germany have a lot of scary technologies. One example is a tiger tank, which is feared by allies. He is extreme. For the negative, he is extremely racist toward non-Aryan, especially Jew and communism. He blamed them for the Germany's defeat on World War I. His teacher also said that he was a willful, arrogant, irascible person. He is cold and ruthless. Before he became a politician, he is a lazy person despite having no money at the time. He is a paranoid person, especially at the end of World War II. He punished his own general because he is afraid that his general conspiring against him. He is short-tempered, impatient, and easily carried away by his emotion. He is also way too confident. As we know, that Operation Barbarossa, which is an invention of Soviet by Germany. He doesn't accept the advice from his own military general. The result is a sharp decline because the winter comes and Germany have no prepare for such condition. Simply because Hitler thinks that Germany will win before winter comes. He also have bad priority management. Rather than focusing on the war, he prioritized the Jew genocide. He also built a symbolic structure which have no impact in war at all. Well, maybe they have impact on morale, but it doesn't really affect that much. Really interesting things about Adolf Hitler. He once is heavy smoker, but stopped after reaching 40 years old. He also rewarded his subordinate with golden watch if they are able to stop their bad habit. He developed his own style of oratory that made the listener more interested over another orator that was boring. He moved to Austria to become an artist, but unfortunately got rejected and then lost his mother afterward. That made him alone over 6 years before World War I happened. For a living, he took a job as a freelance artist, and if things go badly, he found occasional employment as a laborer. He also adopted a vegetarian diet because he was opposed to animal cruelty. It's kinda ironic if you ask me. He also had a fondness for the dogs, although unfortunately his dog is poisoned away by himself before Hitler's own tragedy. I cannot say the S word unfortunately. He do have fear being poisoned at the point that he had a food tester which tests his meal to check if there is a poison or not. In my opinion, he is a great leader, emotional person, but also a dangerous person because he is very good at speaking and persuade a lot of people. That means he can bring a lot of people to have the same things that he had, such as Jew and communists. He also almost took over the entire Europe, that only failed because he carried away over his emotion. Hello everyone, now I will describe things about my setup So here I have my laptop. The laptop itself is have the shape of rectangle. Body is have its body is made of plastic, and if you see this, there is a sticker here. It's actually a Golang mascot sticker, but unfortunately it already degraded. It also have this keyboard and built-in keyboard and built-in monitor as a usual laptop, and the function of laptop itself is almost the same of a desktop, aka a non-portable computer. So you can use a productivity tools in the laptop, or even playing games in laptop. Just make sure it's not too hot for your laptop. So that's why I have this cooler here. So sometimes my laptop is very hot, so I need to use a cooler to turn down the temperature. And then if we move here, this is my secondary monitor. I need to use this to make it easier to do multitasking. The body itself is again made of plastic, and the shape is rectangular. And if we see, there is a button under here. It meant to change the color of the monitor independently, no matter from the operating system or laptop itself. And then if we move down here, we have my external keyboard. So the external keyboard again have the body of plastic, and it does have a rectangle shape. It doesn't have any fancy feature because I simply have no need for that. And of course we have its pair, the mouse or mice if you prefer to call it. It have the body itself, it has the shape of oval, and the body again it also made of plastic. And if you cannot see it, but you can see it, the scroll is changing. The color of the scroll is changing. And then I need to have both of external mice and keyboard, because using the built-in keyboard and touchpad from laptop is so hard to use. That's why in this setup, so that's why I need to have an external keyboard and mouse. And then because it has so many cables and ports, my computer actually doesn't have a sufficient amount of port to use both of keyboard and mouse. That's why I have this hub. It works similar to a terminal stop contact. I have a rectangle shape, and also the body is made of plastic. So everything here is made of plastic. It have an extra 4 ports, so it's already sufficient for my use case. So if we count it, I have a mouse, a keyboard, and the cooler by itself. So I have an extra 1 and 2 slot in here if I want to use maybe a USB or even another things that need a USB. So that's it for my setup, and let's go to the next section. Bandung is the place where I born and grow up in. It is a beautiful place to live in. Some people outside of Bandung said that Bandung is a cool place, but for me, it also can become a hot place, especially at the noon. Al Jabar Mosque is the place that I sometimes go, especially at Ramadan, to do Tarawih. It is located near the Cimkra station and also fast train station Bus. Speaking about trains, another way to go to Bandung is by using cars on highway. You can also take a bus or even plane if you come from afar. One of culinary from Bandung is seblak. Seblak is popular street food dish in Bandung. It features wheat cracker in addition of another ingredients like eggs, vegetable, macaroni, or even noodles. It usually has spicy flavor, but you might ask for a non-spicy version as well. It has soft texture and best to eat while hot. Another culinary that I will talk about is kue balok. Kue balok is a cake that is smaller than bread, have a block shape, and hard and kinda hard texture, but not so hard. It's created from flour and egg just like a usual cake. It has two variations, the original one and the melted one. I personally like the original. According to some people, despite having a small size, you will be full by only eating one or two cakes. The original one tastes like a hardened texture cake but the melted one have different flavor and is more soft than original. The landmark which Bandung is famous for is Gedung Sate. I personally never come to it, but after doing some researching, it is also a museum and a government office. Bandung is also famous for its mountain. Bandung literally is encircled by mountain. One mountain that I already hiked is Mount Manglayang. It took about 3 hours to go to the summit. And that's for Bandung. For the place that I want to go is in the future is Mecca. Mecca is famous for Islam religion because here Muslim people do Hajj. Not only that, there is many important history related to Islam here. There's a lot of place to go after I go there. The obvious place is, of course, to go to Kaabah and then go to another historical place such as Jabal Al-Nur that have a cave of Hira. Quite a lot of place to go in Mecca. For example, Zamzam Well, Mount Arafah, and Mina. I obviously will not go there every day, but I need to have a schedule when should I go for each destination. According to some people, Makkah people is generous to the pilgrims who come to Makkah for Hajj and Umrah. Although my parents barely talk to them, one thing for sure is that they got quite a lot of food there. So maybe the information is probably true. In addition, many merchants can speak Indonesian. That makes things easier because both of my parents cannot talk about English or Arabic. I personally can read and speak English even though I am not really fluent at them. So maybe it will be useful in Mecca specifically. While my parents do Umrah, what they do every day is basically go to hotel, then get ready to go to Al-Haram Mosque after Asar, and do that over and over and over again. Surely there should be another fun place to go in Mecca, isn't it? I also hear that Al-Haram Mosque is very crowded, so I might as well get ready to find a way to avoid unnecessary trouble there. Like for example, losing footwear, just like in Indonesia. According to my parents, the food there is almost have no flavor. But because I never tried it myself, there might be soon to be my favorite food. After doing some researching, I saw a shawarma. It's look like kebab that available in Indonesia. However, it have more choice on what meat should it use. And another one is called sambusa. It also look familiar, but I don't know what it is. It have a triangular shape, crispy, and do come with its own sauce. And of course, I also want to have a souvenir from Mecca. There is tasbih, Quran, or even a miniature of Kaabah. Still, souvenir is basically a waste of money, in my opinion. So I need to check which one is really worth it to get. Because usually, some souvenir literally have made in Indonesia mark in it. There is no way I go abroad only to get souvenir that's made in my home country. I might as well just buy it in Indonesia and say it's from Mecca. And as far as I know, to go to the Mecca, the only way to come from Bandung is by using a plane. I think that's for my midterm assignment video. Thank you everyone who's watching. I really appreciate it. Have a good day and see you in the next video project with me, Andi Putra Wijaya. See you. I love you all. Mwah.